Hi, this is Charles 9mm, and I got a great product to show you. In fact, I've got two products. I have the EB Primitives fire piston and the Rose Mountain fire piston. These are two fire pistons that you'll find on the internet, EB Primitives and the Rose Mountain fire piston. And I want to show you some of the differences. We'll start with the EB Primitives fire piston. You'll notice I can't really get it together right now because how it works is you have to break the seal with this little piece of a dental floss type material, and you're supposed to break the seal by pulling it over and then pushing it in there, and that's supposed to break the seal enough for you to get it back down. Unfortunately what happens is that little string wears out and you can't get it put back together. I end up having to twist it and wrap it around, pulling it very, very tight through it, and hopefully, and no, not quite. Still can't do it. If you're not familiar with fire pistons, they use compressed air. They're an ancient fire starting tool that uses compressed air that superheats the air when it's compressed very, very quickly, and then it ignites a little piece of char cloth on the end of the rod. There's lots of websites about fire pistons if you look into it. This is the Rose Mountain fire piston, and how it compresses, it has a little washer that's loose on the inside, and you simply tap it back together. This to me is a big deal in a survival situation. If you can't get it put back together and you can't store it, you're going to have to carry these separately, and there's a chance of it getting wet or damaged. The other difference between the two is the EB Primitives has a wooden shaft and the Rose Mountain has a brass shaft. So obviously the brass is going to be more durable. The other thing too is if you look at the ends of these two, the EB Primitives uses a Phillips head screw, while the Rose Mountain has a little tinder holder that looks like a little claw on the end of it. So there's a lot more room for tinder to be held here. Let's go ahead and demonstrate them so you can see the difference. Let's start with the EB Primitive. Let me just put this one away. Now I'm going to put a little piece of tinder on the end of the EB Primitive fire piston. And I'm going to quickly compress it. Let me just push my dog out of the way here. And there we go. See that? So it's not too bad. A couple compressions and we got it. Dogs love this. Love to get in the video. You love to get in the video? Go on. Go on. Go find something to do. Now let's go ahead and do the Rose Mountain one. I would mention too, the volume of burning material was pretty small because it was just pretty much what I could get stuck in the groove of the Phillips head screw that was on the end of that. Now the Rose Mountain has this little holder, so it's going to hold significantly more material. So let's see what we can get. Now this one requires the tinder to be pretty fluffy. Now this one, I saw a little bit of a spark there. Make an adjustment. It's common for all of them. It's not a bad thing for you have to adjust the tinder so it's just right. And there we go. I don't need any help. I have a lot of dogs. So you see that? That's a pretty sizable chunk of burning material right there. So this one's going to be easier to get into my little bundle, my tinder bundle, because I have a larger piece of tinder that's even still going. So let's go ahead and get a little knife here. Push that out. And you can see it's still burning right there. Look at that. So quite a bit of material came out of the Rose Mountain. So that means that you're going to get more burning material to start the fire. Well, let's look at the differences that we showed. One, the EB primitives, I have to use this little string to close it up. That breaks off in a survival situation, you're in trouble because you're not going to be able to close this up. Two, this one uses this special system here, so it's going to be more durable. The other thing is the EB Primitives has a wooden shaft. The Rose Mountain has a metal shaft. It's going to be more durable. The EB Primitive has a little Phillips head screw that holds your tinder. Hardly any material, burning material here. You got to be pretty lucky to get it going. I mean, you can get it going, but you don't have enough material, burning material, to easily start a fire. The little tinder holder on the end of the Rose Mountain one holds more burning material, so there's a higher chance of starting that fire because you're going to have more burning material and easier to have it catch in your bundle. Aesthetically, I think the Rose Mountain is more aesthetically appealing because of this polished cocobolo wood, which is also very, very hard. I think it's quite beautiful. These are approximately the same price. I'm going to say for the money, I would go with the Rose Mountain. I would choose that in a survival situation. Both of these are very reputable companies. They're run by very nice people. There may be something that you like, you know, aesthetically as a collector's piece in the EB Primitives. If you're looking at for a survival tool, I would go with the Rose Mountain for sure. So that's your choices. There are other choices out there. These are actually two of my favorite, and right now I've become a big believer in the Rose Mountain fire piston. Found it, Rose Mountain fire pistons, and check them out. There's all sorts of different materials, and this one's cocobolo, but they even have some custom work that I think you'll find quite beautiful. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and check us next time. Bye-bye.